My father committed suicide when I was 6 years old. When you're that young, you don't really understand much beyond the fact that Daddy is never coming back home, and that Mommy will never be the same again. She was always a drinker, but when Dad died, it increased tenfold. She hit me for the first time when I was 8. I don't remember what I said, but I remember my cheek stinging afterwards. The look on her face could be best described as indifferent. Her eyes told me, "You're my son, and I have to love you." I'll never forget that look. It was a look that told me all I needed to know. I didn't belong here. I ran away for the first time when I was 13. It was only a couple of days. Police respond pretty fast, and I was back in my mother's chokehold. I remember the taste of blood more than anything that day. When I was 15, Mom got a boyfriend, Darren. My year with Darren was hell. Shouting matches, fist fights, nights slept at the bus stop, all while my mother witnessed it with a bottle in her hand. It got harder to convince teachers I was just clumsy. My 16th birthday was my final straw. I came home to my mother passed out on the couch while Darren tried to rip off her clothes. I led with my fists. My fist connected with the back of his head, and he fell hard. When he got up, I immediately regretted it. I was thrown against the wall and beaten until I couldn't stand. My blurry vision watched as blood dripped onto the floor and Darren's voice drifted in and out. But I heard one thing clearly: get the fuck out of my house. Didn't take much convincing. With nothing but my father's heavy leather jacket and a backpack, I walked to the bus stop and cried myself to sleep on the cold bench. My absence from school went mostly unnoticed until Maddie called. She was a fiery redhead who had a strange fascination with me. I never told her about home, but she saw every scar. She'd just kiss me and remind me she was there. I needed a warm bed, and she was the only one I trusted. I climbed the tree to her window, a path I'd taken 100 times. She met me with a smile, which faded when her soft room lights illuminated my bruised face. Got kicked out again, I admitted. She put a gentle hand to my cheek and I winced. "What'd he do this time?" she whispered. "I need a place to stay for a few days." She sighed. "You know you can't stay here. Dad will kill us both." "Just tonight, Mads, I'm cold." She pulled me in. Her warm hands slipped under my jacket, shrugging it off. They traced my chest, then my arms. I pulled away instinctively, but she gripped my wrist. "You've been doing it again." Her fingers gently traced the raised skin slashed across my wrists. "It's been rough, Mads," I whispered. She kissed my cheek. "Get in bed. You're safe here for the night." The next morning, she was still clinging to me. "You look so peaceful when you sleep," she murmured. "We need to talk about where you're gonna stay. I can get used to living here." She shook her head. "I wish you could, Chris, but you need somewhere permanent." I sighed. "I'm not going to a shelter. They freak me out." Her eyes met mine, filled with concern. I kissed her. "I have an idea," she whispered. "My dad has a bunch of abandoned properties. Why don't we try one?" I laughed. "A place to live and I get to fuck with your dad. No need to sell me, princess." She kissed me again. "We have 30 minutes, loser. Get to work." We met at the gas station later that night. Maddie, dressed for dinner, explained her parents thought she was with a friend. We walked 10 minutes to a barely lit neighborhood, houses shrouded in darkness. "I found one Dad's paid the least attention to," she whispered. "Has heat, plumbing, everything." "You sure he won't notice?" I asked. "No one lives here. You'll be fine. Promise." We stopped at a sturdy, outdated stone house. The blue paint on the front door was chipped. "What do you think?" she asked. "It's bigger than I'm used to," I admitted. She pulled me to the door, which opened easily. We entered a dark, empty house. An eerie quiet tightened my chest. Maddie flicked a switch, the loud click echoing before the lights slowly filled the room. Creamy white tile floors reflected too much, and the kitchen looked strangely rustic out of place. My stomach turned. "Weird," Maddie whispered. "Empty houses freak me out. Thankfully, there should be a bed in here." We found a bedroom, empty except for a basic wooden frame with a perfectly made mattress. "You're sure no one lives here?" I asked. "Dad just loved to make sure he had a place to sleep," she smiled. It felt wrong, too perfect. "It's better than the bus station," I laughed. "Thank you, Mads, really," I kissed her. "Are you staying with me?" I asked, fear in my voice. "I can't," she replied solemnly. "But I'll come by tomorrow with groceries, okay?" I watched her leave. When the door shut, an intense unease washed over me. I walked back to the hall and froze. There was another door. Impossible. My heart quickened. I grabbed the knob. It was freezing, painful to touch. I jumped. Laughter. A child's laughter came from behind the door. Not real, I told myself. I wandered, keeping the lights on. That damn door and its laughter when I passed it again, hated it. I was wrong. The next morning, the door was still there, and the laughing grew louder. I woke late, eyes shocked open by a nightmare. The door, it was there, but different. It had changed color, now lighter. My stomach dropped. It laughed again, childlike. I stepped into the living room. It was only 10:30, yet 2 hours had vanished. I was going crazy. I slumped against the wall, shaking. I noticed the kitchen. Modern house, but the kitchen looked ancient, wooden, crooked cabinets, a filthy stove. Who built this? A knock. It was Maddie with groceries. "Morning, idiot." She smiled. "How was your first night?" "Fine," I forced a smile. She saw through it. "You look miserable." "It's just weird," I admitted. "The big empty house scares me." She kissed my cheek. We brought in more groceries, my clothes and beer. As we walked back to the kitchen, I froze. It looked normal. Polished stove, pristine cabinets, it belonged. "You look like you've seen a ghost," Maddie remarked. "Just didn't get a lot of sleep," I lied. She wrapped her arms around my neck, kissed me. All dread left me. I brought my laptop. "Let's get in bed, have a beer, watch a dumb movie." I grabbed a warm Coors. She squealed down the hallway. I followed, but I froze at the doorway. That door was gone, just a normal beige wall. My shaky hand reached, touched the wall. The cold lingered, but it was just a wall. How did it just disappear? "Your room's on this side, stupid." I jumped at Maddie's voice. "Jesus, you're jumpy, not much sleep. Talk to me. What's going on?" "Nothing." She kissed me. "Come on. We'll relax, promise." We curled up in bed and watched Mean Girls. I fell asleep in her arms. Just me and the door. I stared for hours. My breath was visible, body covered in goosebumps, pure fear. Heart raced, breaths frantic. I couldn't move, frozen. There was a void inside the doorway, nothing but black. But I felt something watching me. I wanted to run. My eyes darted open, lights off, alone. My hands reached for Maddie, empty. I sat up, found a note taped to my shirt. Maddie's lipstick. Had to run, Dad called. "I'll be back tomorrow, I promise. See you later." "Loser." Maddie, I smiled, then sighed at the empty bottle on the floor. I flicked on the lights, relief and terror mixed. The door stood opposite me, changed again. Crisp white, colder. Knob frosted, ice on the frame. I shivered, careful steps towards it. Shivering intensified. It laughed. "It was your fault." A cold, familiar voice called behind the door. My breath hitched. My heart pounded. The knob turned slightly. I ran into the living room, lights on. Breaths ragged. I knew that voice. Shit. I mumbled, pulled out my phone, flicked on the flashlight and screamed. I fell, phone face down, lighting the room. A woman stood there, facing away. Brunette hair, dark blue dress full of holes. Perfectly still. "Hello," I breathed. No answer, more bodies. A man, buzzed hair, ripped suit behind me. "What the fuck?" I whispered on wobbly legs. More bodies. Frozen, against walls. "Who the fuck are you?" I screamed, spinning. They multiplied. Breathing quickened. I stopped. A woman in a ruined wedding dress faced me. "Laura," I asked. Blank expression. Black, emotionless eyes. "Mom, what are you doing here?" "Why, Chris?" Her voice echoed. "It was your fault." Her black eyes darted to me. "It was always your goddamn fault." She stepped closer. "Nothing but a little fuck up." "Stop," she grabbed my face. Hands cold, fingers burned. A black tear rolled down her cheek. "Your father did a good thing, dying before he could see what a piece of shit you'd become." "Shut up." I screamed, pushed her off. She floated backward, gaze fixed. Tears stung. Every person in the room turned to face me. "Hell is your own creation." They spoke in unison. "Face it before it consumes you." My mother spoke again. "He'd be so disappointed in you." I fell to my knees, crying. I felt like I was endlessly falling through a void. My wrists burned. "Chris," a voice echoed. I shot up, gasping. I'd fallen asleep on the living room floor. Blood pooled at my sides. A discarded razor blade. Maddie, a mess of tears, knelt. "Chris, you asshole, you scared me," she screeched. My wrists were wrapped in blood-soaked bandages. I rasped. "I don't remember doing this," she sniffled. "You promised you'd stop. Don't do that again, please." "I won't," I promised. "I'm sorry. I can't remember what happened." She caressed my cheek. "Talk to me." "I'm scared, Mads," I admitted, "of this fucking house. I want to stop being scared." She kissed me gently. "I'll tell Mom and Dad I'm staying with Liv. I'm not leaving you alone anymore. Stop pretending you're fine. You're not. Please, Chris, I'm scared." I saw the terror in her eyes. "Okay," I whispered. "Okay, stay." We moved to the bedroom. Maddie opened the squeaky closet door. "What the hell?" she muttered. On the other side of that door was a bedroom. My childhood bedroom. "It's my room," I whispered. "Get out of there," I demanded. "Don't you fucking walk away from me." My mother's voice screeched from the impossible room. Younger me was pulled off the bed by his hair. Maddie tried to intervene. Her hand went right through her. "Chris, did this happen?" She trembled. I tugged her arm. "Where's the door?" It was gone. My younger self, blood dripping from his mouth, fumbled with something metal. "We need to go." The first slash was silent. My own wrists burned. I squeezed my eyes shut. When I opened them, the door in front of me was open, a way out. I grabbed Maddie's hand, pulled her out. The door slammed shut. Silence. "Was that real?" she asked. "Yeah, it happened." "Chris, why did you never tell me?" "A long time. We should get out of here." We entered the living room. Windows gone. Door gone. The iced-over, giggling door was on the wall now. "Fuck you," I mumbled. "Chris, what the hell is going on?" "I don't know, just don't touch that door." The back door was gone too. Only the iced door remained. "This is hell," I mumbled. "There's nothing we can do," I shouted. "I don't think we can leave." A door slammed. We froze. Her eyes shifted behind me. "Chris," I knew what it was. I felt its chill. "What's behind that door?" Maddie asked. "I don't want to know. We were sealed off. A wall blocked us." "The door was our only way out." "I can't," I whispered. Tears welled. My arms burned. "Chris," Maddie's scream. She was gone. Another wall, her faint fists pounding. Paralyzed. The door creaked behind me, ice shattering. Darkness. That laugh. Something forced my body forward. I crossed the threshold. The door slammed. More blackness. Shapes became clear. My living room, 6-year-old me. "Dad," I watched him find my father motionless. My father sat up. "You didn't even come to check on me. 2 hours. I was dead. You didn't look for me until you were hungry." "Chris," Maddie's voice echoed. She was there. "This is your dad. She knows what you did," he said. Maddie turned my head. "How old were you?" 6. "You couldn't have known. It wasn't your fault, baby. None of this is your fault." "I fucked up, Maddie." "Chris, I love you. You've done nothing wrong." I found hope in her eyes. "I love you." He vanished. Darkness. We were back in the normal living room. We walked to the front door, the sun about to rise. "Now what?" I asked. "I don't know," Maddie admitted, "but we're getting through it together. Promise." We never went back. Life was good, but the nightmares never stopped. My therapist blamed psychosis trauma, but I know what I saw. The scars remained. Then, on my nightly walk, my heart stopped. It was here. It towered over me. The house was here, and it laughed at me. That brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this, hit that like button and subscribe to join the channel. I'd love to hear your thoughts or any changes you'd like to see in the comments below. Until we meet in another story, take care.